Let's talk about a new type of word wall. In younger grades, word walls are used to track high-frequency words. In older grades, they're usually used for vocabulary. Even though teachers put a lot of work into their word walls, students rarely use them as a tool. That leads me to these questions. Do you use your word wall? Do your students? Does it enrich your classroom discussions? And is it a living thing? Do you add to it and change it often? Sometimes it might be hard to decide what your word walls should really even be used for. And at the end of the day, are you accomplishing any of those goals? Word walls take up a lot of real estate in our classroom, so we want to help you use that space well. These vocabulary practices focus on drawing connections that establish schema and therefore contribute to the student's overall knowledge. All vocabulary work should build on students' established knowledge so that new knowledge has something to hold tight to. All of these vocabulary techniques can be used online through tools like Jamboard and Whiteboard.fi. The first suggestion is to have a high-frequency word phonics wall for students in grades K to 2, where word walls can link high-frequency words and Saxon phonics work. Remember, high-frequency words can often be solved through spelling patterns. We typically organize high-frequency word walls in alphabetical order, but the new suggestion is to sort them by spelling pattern. That way, when you teach a spelling pattern, you can reference the high-frequency words that follow the rule. This is really important because most high-frequency words can be decoded. The next suggestion is concept circles. This tool is for students in all grades, and it's used to foster fascination and build connections between words in text. Concept circles help collect words that are really important to what students need to get out of the text. They find these words in the text, they support them with their own knowledge, and they also read from other texts in order to add to their list. This is a great way to build content knowledge in upper grade classrooms. Students can work on this independently, in groups, as a whole class. They can organize the words into subgroups, draw this tool quickly in their notebook, and you can display it where your word wall might have been. The best part is, it leads to really fascinating and rigorous activities. Great student discussions can come from the activity hexagonal thinking, where students have to decide which of their vocabulary words link with others. Students can also link the information through concept maps. A third practice to consider is semantic gradients. This is for students in all grades in order to explore the degrees of meaning. Students start with antonyms, then build words along a gradient that lead to each extreme. This work is most meaningful when you link it to text. What an exciting way to get your students thinking during morning work, small group, and especially shared reading. I know I kept those paint sample cards for something. So, what do you think? Collaborate with your grade level teams and specialists today to update your word wall practices.